Yo, what is good? Episode 20 of Talks Within Reach. If you guys are coming back, we appreciate you guys coming back. If you guys are new here, welcome in. I'm your host, Jake. I'm here with Fancy and Matt. Gentlemen,
What's up?
What's good? What's good?
so obviously lots and lots of stuff that we can talk about the last few weeks. If you guys have missed our last couple episodes, we've gone through free agency quite a bit. But the biggest thing that I want to get right off the rip here before we go into our March Madness brackets is Justin Fields being traded to the Steelers. Did not see that one coming over the weekend. We made a TikTok where Matt, we had to take your part of it out because we thought, Fields was going Vikings or they were keeping him or we didn't know what was going on. And then he gets traded to the Steelers. Something I did not expect to see. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I mean, my take on it, we did a TikTok clip of it, a couple weeks ago. My opinion was they were going to trade him. I thought it was going to be actually I called it as a blockbuster trade. I thought he was going to have high value. I thought it was going to be a big move, maybe even with some draft picks.
Yep.
And it was kind of the opposite. It was kind of a letdown, kind of just a small little deal. Steelers kind of seemed like they, got the right end of it. So
I think they got him for a bargain. I saw if he plays more than 51%, then it's a 4th round pick. Less than it's a 6th round pick. I kind of like the idea of putting a little pressure on Russell Wilson.
Yeah. And Russell Wilson is like stoked about having him in the quarterback room. I think he views him as a younger version of himself, like when he was in Seattle.
Sure.
And I think their play styles are very, very similar at the younger part. Not at the moment because Russ is getting old or whatever. But people forget like Russ had a solid season. I think it was like 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, like along that route. Like that's not a bad season considering what Denver Broncos were as a team.
Right.
And then you go into a Steelers. He's gonna have a top 5 defense. Which I mean, when he's had a top 5 defense with Seattle, I mean, look at the championships that he was a part of. But yeah, I mean, Fancy, you said it right off when we started talking about it in our chat. Fancy's the first thing you said was, I mean, that's them getting fleeced, isn't it? Because like a 6th round for Justin, like you said, man, we were expecting this huge, massive haul. I think what happened was they just missed out. Right? They missed the window. There was all these teams, and I think these teams like Atlanta and I mean even Pittsburgh, like they already got someone, so they can bargain. They're like, hey, we don't really need him, so we're fine, type of deal.
Take it or leave it kind of deal.
And I guess. I don't know how true it is. A lot of times when I hear this, I guess I'm biased. I think it's front office is covering up their asses when I hear this. But they said that the Bears had other offers for Justin, but Justin didn't want to go there, so they're trying to do right by him because he wanted to go to Pittsburgh. I don't believe that shit because they won't announce the teams.
Right.
Like
it's business is business.
Right. When they say that, it's like, okay, well then just tell me what the other teams offered. Or like, you know what I mean? Tell me what other teams offered something. Like, you know what I mean? And they won't do it. So it's like, you fucked up, you missed your window, and now you're trying to make right by it. Like, it's like,
yeah, that's fair.
So, but the Steelers, fun fact, I mean, they're paying Russell Wilson $1.2 million, and they owe Justin Fields $3.2 and have his 5th year option. So their quarterback room is locked in now under $5 million for the next 2 years. I mean, that's
amazing.
When you have the defense that they have, and they can start building their offense around some of these guys. I mean, they kind of got to get some weapons. They just got rid of Deontay Johnson, but like, I mean.
Russ loves that deep ball. Like he needs that person. If it's not going to be Pickens,
he definitely loves
Brown comes back out of retirement.
My question is like when you look at prices, so it's like no one wants to pay Russ. Is it an issue with him going to the playoffs, going to 2 Super Bowls, winning 1, and then slowly falling off? It's like, if you hit that pinnacle too early, are you not worth the money? Because Kirk Cousins stays getting paid with nothing to show for it, just like Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing. I don't even have an answer. I don't know if I'd have to read more up on it, I guess. But from what I understood, I think Russ was open to taking the league minimum type of deal because Broncos are still paying him so much money. So I think he kind of was going into a team like, okay, you guys trust me. And you're not gonna fuck me over like Sean Payton did, right? So it's like,
sure,
let's let rounds like let some people come around us and with this team
Right.
and build rather than just me take a Kirk Cousins paycheck and.
But not even talking money. Let's
know.
just talk about the fan favorites.
Yeah.
People want Kirk, but they don't want Russ. And who's got the ring?
Some people though don't like Kirk. I will say that. Like to defend it. Some people do not like him. They think he's overpaid, overrated, the most average player of all time, like all this other stuff. So it's like
me.
I guess it's just yeah. I guess it's just who you
I'm gonna say, but it does just generally speaking, you see that, and it's like, is it because they think there's still potential because he hasn't already been there?
Right.
Is that what they see versus like because
but they want him to be there so bad, and Russ is already done, so it's like we've seen him already.
It's like oh he has no reason to try anymore. It's just a weird thing that you wonder, like kind of do you lose value almost for winning Super Bowls?
Yeah, definitely
Super Bowl.
An interesting standpoint on it for sure. But the one thing that I wanted to do with you guys is look over now, real quick. Like I said before the pod, I gave them the rules, but just for you guys listening, I have a little game for all three of us to play. Two of us have to agree on the same thing for it to go through. The game is what we're going to do here is how many quarterbacks would Fields start over? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the NFC first. So we'll start at the top left here. Obviously, I'm taking Brock Purdy over Fields.
Oh, how many?
No, like we're gonna go individually here. So if you're the 49ers
on that team,
Purdy or Fields?
Purdy.
Okay, so we're all good on that then. Dak or Purdy? Dak or Fields? I'm saying Dak.
Yeah,
Dak.
Yeah, it's Dak.
Goff over Justin Fields.
Goff.
Baker.
Baker starting.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So we're already 4 through. Hurts.
All right, Baker's a toss up for me, but yeah, it passes.
Hurts.
Hurts is starting.
Hurts. Stafford.
Love.
All right. Oh, Love starting.
Fields.
See, that's 2. So we're still. I'm taking Justin Fields over Geno.
I'll take Fields.
Yeah, I'm taking Fields. So we have 1 out of 8 teams so far. I'm gonna take Derek Carr over Justin Fields just because of the consistency of Derek Carr's career.
I'm not.
I mean, when you look at Justin Fields and he threw 14 touchdown passes this season and hasn't like his passing yards a game are like 180. It's like I'm taking Derek Carr, who's averaged like 270 his whole career.
I'm taking Fields.
Matt,
how's Alvin Kamara playing?
See, no, but it's all off of their things, right? So it's like you have to go from this point. You have to think of you have to factor in their age. You have to figure out like what they've accomplished, like everything else.
Yeah, we haven't signed Kamara yet.
I like Derek Carr. I would take him.
Vikings. I'm gonna be straight up like with the teams that have this is from DraftKings, obviously. With the teams that put in like who they think they're gonna draft, we're going Vikings. Sam Darnold. Like that's who the Vikings have Sam Darnold.
I see JJ there.
No,
the photos of JJ.
I know. I'm telling you, the game though is literally.
I'm going Fields. It doesn't matter who the Vikings have there.
Yeah,
I'm going Fields.
I'm still taking Fields over JJ too. Like so. So we'll give Justin Fields that one, and then I honestly I think the Bears should have kept him. So I'm gonna say Justin Fields over Caleb because we just don't know how it's gonna do. We saw the game with Caleb against Notre Dame, and he was
I'm
terrified.
Going Fields. I mean, yeah.
You say Fields there, Fancy?
Yeah, Fields
right there. I'm taking Kirk Cousins over Justin Fields. Yeah. I'm taking Justin Fields over Daniel Jones.
Absolutely.
Please, somebody
Absolutely.
Our podcast gets canceled because we took Daniel Jones. Washington, I still think. I mean, I think if that was Sam Howell in that picture, I'd take Sam Howell over Justin Fields. But since
who is that?
I think that's Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
So once again, an unknown rookie that we don't know how he's going to pan out in the NFL. So I'm taking Justin Fields for Washington.
Yeah, but you're right though. Howell balled out for them last year.
I still can't believe it. I think Geno is going to lose his job in Seattle. I absolutely think that.
I wonder if Pete Carroll's really excited.
I would take Fields there in that position though, for sure.
Okay. And then I'm going to keep Kyler just because Kyler. I feel like Kyler's like deserved it enough to he's shown that he can throw the football. Like
he can sling it, and for being so small, I mean, he's
Now this might be where I lose the argument because I haven't lost one yet on this, but I'm going to take Justin Fields over Bryce Young. I know they both haven't really performed like extremely well, but I think Justin Fields has had a better, and I think like the he has a better body frame. He's got, I mean, he's your quarterback. Like Bryce Young's a midget.
If I'm picking right now,
yeah,
I'm definitely going Fields over Bryce Young.
Okay.
And I hope Bryce Young does get better.
Oh yeah, so do I. I'm
not even saying these are big gaps.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw enough out of like to actually see him to see whether he's good or not. But
if the Panthers made a move for Justin, they started him, I wouldn't be upset about it. I'd be upset for Justin. But like, all right. So that means out of 16 teams in the NFC, we said 5 of them, with Justin Fields would have been a better starter than what they currently have. So we'll move to the AFC. The top part here is going to be a rough one, I think, because we're all taking Lamar over Justin. We're all taking Josh Allen over Justin. We're all taking Mahomes over Justin. We're all taking Stroud over Justin. We're all taking Burrow over Justin. We're all taking Tua over Justin. Now, the two we need to debate are we taking Deshaun Watson? I want to hear you guys go first this time on the AFC side. Are we taking Deshaun Watson or are we taking Justin Fields?
Yeah, I think Deshaun Watson in this scenario for the Browns, I think he's going to have a great opportunity this year.
I'm not. I'm not impressed. Deshaun Watson has had good seasons. I think he's already peaked and is coming down. I think Justin Fields is still on his way up.
I gotta be honest, Matt. Like, as much as I want to do that too with you, I was leaning when I saw this. I was leaning towards Fields, and the reason I say that is because I haven't seen Watson. Like the Watson you're talking about was definitely there, but it was a different uniform. I have not seen Watson play good with the Browns once, and he's only played a handful of games. I think you put Justin Fields in that system right now. Maybe Funzy might give me some shit if he listens to this, but I think Justin Fields in that system right now with as much offense as they have. They just signed Deontay Foreman today as well as a running back. So they have Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Jerome Ford, and Deontay Foreman. Like they're going to be loaded. And then I guess the debate of the year is going to be Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, because I mean that's the quarterback room there. I mean, who are you guys taking?
I mean, I feel like Russ is going to be the starter, just like they kind of already named it.
Yep.
I think it's going to be Fields' job to win at that position.
Yep.
So to me, I don't think I can knock out Russ yet, but I think midseason form, I think my decision is going to be changed there.
Russ better not get hurt. If Russ goes out for one play because he stubbed his toe, he's not stepping back on the field.
Yeah, we're all on the same page on that one. I think like I said, I want to say, don't quote me on it, I want to say Russ's stats were 26-9, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, which I mean, that's right up there with literally Mahomes. Like that's like that stat line. Obviously, they had a lot more rushing touchdowns than whatever else, but with Denver's team, Russ played very well, and I think you give him the Steelers team that's going to be better coached, better defense, more talent around him. And I kind of a fan base, I kind of want some there. I know a lot of Steelers fans that are very, very excited about this. So I think it's going to be his job to lose, or one of those situations where he gets hurt and then loses it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Russ there. And then we're going to go to the bottom half of the AFC here.
Ooh.
I am taking Trevor Lawrence over Justin Fields. He's just more proven. Kind of like your franchise.
I like his arm. I like his arm better.
Yep. And then honestly, I'm still going to take Anthony Richardson. That might be a biased decision by me. But the games that he showed in Indy when he was healthy before he broke his shoulder or some shit, whatever he did there. I mean, he looked like he was going to be a top 10 quarterback last season on his leg. Like he was a lot of potential. He was a game changer on the field. Just a bigger version of Justin Fields. So I'm biased with that pick. But what about you guys?
I'm going to go with Fields just off of how much I've seen of Fields. I think the Bears messed up getting rid of him. I think the Steelers got him for a good deal. I like Fields.
Yeah. I think the thing we have to factor in is like part of this game, or part of this situation is did the Colts pass up on not getting Justin Fields? Is the mindset of if you're the Colts GM,
did they fumble it?
Are you giving up on Anthony Richardson this early when he's 20 years old and going Justin Fields, or are you okay, we're good with our guy? That's kind of the mindset of
So it always scares me coming off an injury.
The thing I like, not to cut you off, is it was not his throwing arm, which is a big thumbs up there, because it's a throwing arm is absolutely.
He's
got a cannon.
Yeah. So I think, but you're still coming off an injury. So, he didn't get the reps that he needed to get, this last year, all that stuff. But I would lean Richardson as well.
Okay. And then the Raiders there, that is Aiden O'Connell. They also have Gardner Minshew, so you can debate like that or whatever. But I would say Justin Fields in this situation. I think there's more of a ceiling there with a guy like Justin Fields than there is with an Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew. Like we saw what Gardner Minshew did. It wasn't anything crazy. He just got the job done with a good defense and a good run game. But I think Justin Fields full potential could be a lot better than Aiden O'Connell without a doubt.
Yeah, I like Fields there.
I was just curious to see yours fancy on that one.
I do like Gardner Minshew. Something about a good mustache just inspires me, but it's understandable to go with Fields. Because honestly, I mean, like I said, I see a lot that could be there in Fields. I think Minshew once again is on his way down.
Yep. And then we can all agree that whoever that is in the Broncos, I believe that's Jason Stidham. We'll take Fields over. We'll take Fields over that third round or third pick quarterback.
Anybody in that fucking uniform.
Matt, you want to agree with this one for me? Justin Fields over Aaron Rodgers?
No, sir.
Just fancy you just fucking stand up and leave. No, I mean obviously
I expect them to do it.
If you're the Jets, I mean, I if this game was for them to pick him up and put him behind somebody for a year, I think that'd be really cool to see, But I mean, if you have Aaron Rodgers on your team, I mean, you're just not going away from him.
You're starting Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's fair.
And then the Titans, I mean, we have to all pick Justin Fields, right? We saw Will Levis just be awful all season long. Lost his job to Ryan Tannehill. It's just
bro.
No. Yeah, I got Fields.
No, I agree. I agree. It's
I thought you were going no. I'm like, dude.
No, it's just
how many 80-yard games do you want out of Will Levis?
No, it's just one of those things you think about it. And it's just
and then obviously taking Justin Herbert for sure. And then Fancy's gonna be biased here, but I think that's Bailey Zappi because they don't have a quarterback. That's their number one guy right now. So I'm taking Justin Fields. The Patriots could have picked up Justin Fields easily, and that would have been a good spot for them. Matt.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to think of they're probably going to get one of the rookies.
Yep.
So I'd rather have Fields over a rookie right now.
Yeah. So out of 32 teams, at least 2 of us selected, or all 3 of us combined, for that 10 of the teams could have used an upgrade at quarterback to Justin Fields. So, I mean, you kind of just wonder.
And the price was only for a 6th rounder, right?
The price was for a 6th rounder, potentially 4th. So that's why I want to do this fun little game because I was thinking in my head around 10-12 is what I was kind of debating. Because you could debate the Jets moving on from Rodgers because he's 40, coming off an Achilles injury. Is he going to even play? And you could tease that idea.
He might run for president.
Yeah, or VP. But it's just extremely interesting to see the mindset of the Bears that you're going to go after somebody that a lot of people have their doubts about. And you're going after someone that's unproven, right? It's you don't know what he can come in and just be awful. And you had someone that was showing progress every single year. And we've talked about it. Guys like Jordan Love, guys like Josh Allen, guys like Lamar just took a couple years to get them at the speed of pace, at the speed of how everything goes, and then you see all this progress, and then they become a top quarterback. Jalen Hurts didn't have a great first season. Second year, MVP season, right? It's it takes time, and you have to build. And I feel like they used him in all the years they weren't doing anything, and then kind of used him as the problem, and then said, "Oh, we need to get him some options." They got all these things to help him, and they got rid of him. It's you didn't even get to see what you guys held on to for 3 years, right?
So quick stat check. I was trying to figure out where he ranked. QB ranking.
He missed a lot of games last year too.
It's not going to be perfect, but they ranked him 8th in QBR. So
8th.
That's not bad.
Yep.
Really?
Probably,
not bad.
Probably just for qualified games and everything like that. But
yeah. So the games he played in, I mean, it's right there. Real quick before we get to our March Madness brackets, I just want to throw this out there. I don't know if you guys saw this. Fancy, you're gonna love this. So NBC Sports has officially announced that they are planning an NFL Red Zone style whip around show for the Paris Olympics this year, which will guide viewers to the best and most exciting live moments during the summer games. It will be called the Gold Zone, and the host to open up each and every single day, Scott Hansen.
Damn.
I love that. That's
the
awesome.
Paris Olympic is this July through August, so a few months, and we'll have
we
that.
got qualifiers happening, I think, next month, like
Yep.
for all the soccer and everything.
Yep. So I thought that was super awesome. Good for Scott Hansen. I mean, that is just. I read that. I was like, that's gonna be so. Like, I actually might watch the Olympics more now because of that.
Yeah.
Like,
if you get the highlights of the long jump,
you have like some crazy like thing happening, and he's, you know what I mean? Like that's awesome, man. Like,
so I like Mike Tirico though, you know, calling any part of the Olympics. So if somehow they can kind of pair him into, you know, kind of calling it, but then have Hansen, you know, do the red zone style.
The host to open each day. So I don't know if that means kind of like get things going. I they're still working on how the details are going to go, but just the fact that they're going to name it the Gold Zone is
I love it.
Is a pretty cool.
And that's going to be on regular TV then, right?
Yeah, NBC Sports.
NBC.
Yeah, NBC Sports. Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Cool. That's great.
So, cool. So what we're gonna do next is we're just gonna look through our final four brackets. I'm just gonna go from left to right on what I have it here. If that's cool with you guys, kind of just how I uploaded it.
Yeah.
So Matt, yours will be up first. This is Matt's final four. Kind of walk us through what you got going on, Matt.
Yeah, so I do actually normally like, you know, those. I love those upsets. They kind of happen in the first two rounds. As we kind of get watered down to the final four, this is as boring as you can possibly get. You know, as you can see, I got 1 and 2 seeds make it to the final four. So I saw a lot of people picking UConn to win it. I kind of, for some reason in my head, as I got to this spot, I wanted to pick away from that. So I went with Arizona, went with, you know, my Big Ten homie pick of Purdue to win it.
Yeah. A lot of people in my area would be very, very excited about that. A lot of Purdue. My brother went to Purdue, so a lot of Purdue fans from around here. Do you have an early upset for us that we should be on the lookout for, Matt?
So again, I think probably I love the 10, 11, and 12 spots. McNeese is the one that I actually had winning in rounds 1 and 2, beating Gonzaga in the first round. So that's my upset alert is that 12 spots beating Gonzaga.
Got it. Cool. Mark it down. This is we are recording this Wednesday at 8:40 at night on March 20th. So this will be before you know, the games officially starts.
Bracket's not finalized yet.
Correct. And then Fancy, we got your final four. Lots of red on there, lots of Texas on there.
Lots of Texas, lots of red. I mean, Houston they almost look like a pro team playing in college. It's disgusting. When I've watched them play, I mean, I watched them beat my Jayhawks like 40 points. I mean, it was disgusting.
Wow.
And that was in the Big 12 championship.
There you go.
I think it was in the Big 12 championship or semifinals, one of the two. And I was just like, wow, you know, Texas looks good. I got them as my upset in the second round. They're going to take out Tennessee.
Got 2 5s and a 7 in there.
San Diego State, shout out.
This never happened.
This is March Madness. Like, this is what we see when
we this is what we see.
Something crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's so crazy is just you look at it. I mean, it's like you got the favorite, and Houston is absolutely. I mean, they're just a well-rounded team, and then these other guys, they just have enough grit to win those close games.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we talked about beforehand, man. Anything can happen. In the madness of March, right? I mean, that's the whole point of it.
That's all of it.
Before I go to mine, I will just say, with that being said, DraftKings has a boost up right now, which I thought was very interesting. It's plus 200 for a buzzer beater to happen in the NCAA March Madness. And I thought to myself, like, that's just easy cash. I mean, it's $25 max. So, I mean, $25 plus 200, right? And I was texting Funzy about it, and let me double check the odds here. But I was thinking, wow, that's kind of free cash. But it has to be a buzzer beater to win the game, not a buzzer beater to go overtime, not a buzzer beater at half, not, you know what I mean? It has to be a buzzer beater to win the game. And there's been 46 buzzer beaters in the last 84 tournaments.
So every other year there's one.
Right. But
doesn't it mentally
kind of seem
A lot of them are. It must be to go to overtime.
That's what we were texting about. We're like, it must be one of those where it's like to end the quarter, to end the half, or you know what I mean. It must be like more of those, or like to force overtime, like not to win it type of deal. So I was like, man. So I didn't put the bet down, but I was like, you know,
it's only $25.
You max is only $25. Yeah, you can only max it out at 25. So
that's worth it. This year's
of course it is. You're the wild card. You got a 5, 5, and a 7 in here. You're willing to risk it all.
What's $200 at $25? What's that pay out?
What's that?
What's that pay out?
25 at plus 200.
Yeah.
Matt, what is that? Do you know?
10,000.
So it's
100,000.
Nope, that's not how that works.
So it's 50. So 75 total.
Yeah. So 75. So 25 to win 50 to win 75 total. So 25 to triple your money.
That's worth it.
And then so for my bracket, I do have Houston in there. Fancy. I do have Houston in there because I've caught a handful of their games. Just here and there, like kind of like just on the TV, nothing crazy. We're not all big basketball guys, so this isn't our expert, but I mean, we can't miss out on doing March Madness brackets, right?
Yeah.
But I do have UConn making it back to the Final Four at least, just because you know they're the favorite right now, and you know obviously they won last year. But the reason I don't have them advancing is fun fact. I don't know if you guys know this, but there has never been a back-to-back winner. The team that's won previously has never won the next year, so there's never been a repeat. So that's why I took Arizona on that one.
So I want to say I'm gonna fact check you because I was looking at this earlier. I want to say we haven't had one since like 90. Was it 97? It was Florida back to back.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe it was like a number one season never like went back to back.
That could be it. Yeah.
They were number one last year too. So like maybe it was like because I literally read like they like UConn's like value is going down lately because the team's never gone back to back or whatever. So that's why I took Arizona.
Okay.
And then honestly, the only reason I took Arizona to win it all is simply just because like I kind of went with the homie pick in a way of like they're going to be playing in Arizona. So like, I don't know, it's just going to be one of those things where like you're kind of playing in your state, right? It's like, so just kind of like went with like the momentum type swing. Cause we know basketball is all about momentum and everything. And then we kind of have a extra bracket here. Our guest one, V, who does all of our graphic work for us during the regular season. She got a little spicy with her Final Four as well. I thought it was really cool seeing all of these. We kind of had a lot of teams in there. Like 3 of us had, you know, obviously Houston in our Final Four. And I think 3 of us had UConn on our Final Four as well. But she put Creighton in there. Shout out to Ty. That's where Ty went to college. So maybe that's kind of like a shout out to Ty for her. But she does have UConn going back to back. Obviously the highest odds to win it all. So we'll see how that pans out. We'll keep you guys updated on that. It'll be cool because we'll be able to track it, right, Matt, on the app, kind of see who's leading everything on that.
Yep.
So we'll keep you guys updated throughout the weeks. We'll probably talk about some of the upsets and whatnot. Nothing crazy. Like we said, we're not basketball experts, but just wanted to share our our Final Fours and a couple of our upsets with you guys.
So I don't know if you've seen it, but like a lot of the posts that I've seen love looking at these like trends, right?
Yep. Of 10 seed, 9-8 seed, like that stuff.
Yeah. And then I saw another one that I really liked, and we kind of were on trend except for Fancy with his Final Four, but it was top 40 in offensive efficiency and then top 22 in defense.
That's just go through the roof when they're
yeah. And so we picked, so the teams that line up with that are all the teams we picked basically in the Final Four: Arizona, UNC, Purdue, Tennessee, Houston, Marquette, and UConn.
Yep.
So the odds say, well, and it's been, since these past 22 years, I think was the stat that I was looking at. They have to fit within those categories, and those are those teams.
Yep.
That fit.
I saw that same exact thing. And before we move on, I will say, like Fancy said, I can see Tennessee getting exited pretty quick or early. I know I have them, but like I could see it happening. My upset is going to be, I think Illinois is going to be a first round exit. That number 2 seed never sits well with a lot of teams. And then the reason I didn't throw Purdue in there, I just want to throw that in there because I am from around the area, like I said, is they just choke a lot of games. They choke a lot of games. They choke a lot of big games. We saw them just lose to Wisconsin last week. And so I just, when you have a loss like that going into a big tournament, it's kind of always in the back of your head. Like when the game starts to trend the other direction, they're just like, oh fuck, here we go again type deal. It's not just like okay, we got this type. It's like you're always wondering like, oh fuck, is this gonna be just like that game last week? You know what I mean? Like So that's just one of those things. I've seen Purdue throw away too many games and choke away too many games to have them go into Final Four. For me personally, but on to the fun game. Lots of fun stuff for you guys today. So I need you guys to get a notepad out for me. That way you guys can keep score of each person. That way we don't rely on one person to like fuck up a score. But I have a fun game for you guys. So you guys will be competing against each other. Shocker. Fancy did get the best of you last time, Matt, on a buzzer beater.
I'm proud of you, Fancy.
Plus 200.
Plus 200 to win 10,000. Like,
yeah. $25 bet.
Like, what is that? $25 plus 200, like 10,000? Like, nope. That I would take a lot of those if that was the case. Like,
$25 my ass to death.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready? Yeah. All right. So
don't know what we're doing, but yeah, go ahead.
This season, you guys are going to list off the passing touchdown leaders for me. I have them in order from 1 through 32. I could have went through like 1 through 50 plus with all the quarterbacks that we had, but I just did 1 through 32. So technically 1 for each team. But obviously there could be, you know what I mean? It's 1 through 32, but there could be 2 from one team because there's teams that had injury, whatever, right? So, but you guys are basically going to tell me a player. We'll flip a coin. And who gets to go first? When you tell me the quarterback, last name, whatever is fine. I will tell you the amount of touchdowns that they had in the season. Now the plot twist is you don't get a point for getting it correct. You get the points for the amount of touchdowns they had. So example, if you say, you know, if you say Tom Brady and he had 30 touchdowns, you get 30 points.
Oh,
okay.
So the you don't get points for the low hanging fruit. I got you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do. I mean, those can add up at the end though, because once you guys knock off the first 10, they're all going to be kind of similar on points. So it's going to end up being who can knock off some of the middle of the pack, if you will.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, I don't have a coin, but we do have this chocolate bar that has money on the front and the nutrient facts on the back. So,
okay.
Fancy, you did win last time, so you tell me heads or tails.
It's going to be heads.
It's going to be heads. It is heads. So would you like to go first, or would you like to defer?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, Fancy, give me your best shot.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott is number 1 on the list. That is 36 points for Fancy.
Okay.
Tua
is number 6 on the list. That is 29 points for Matt.
Jordan
Love is number 2 on the list. That is 32 points for Love. Just so you guys know, just to refresh the minds here, the numbers I'm giving out afterwards is the amount of touchdowns they had. So the points you're getting is the touchdowns that they had.
Yeah.
And you said passing TDs. No,
correct. This is not total.
I still want to put them up there. Let's go Goff.
Goff is number 4 on the list, and that is 30 points. 3-0.
That's nice. That's a nice pick.
So if my math is correct so far, this is probably the only time I'll be able to do it. 68 for Fancy and 59 for Matt.
Yeah. I'm torn on 2.
That's what I'm saying. So you guys are gonna know it. It's just the fact of like,
yeah, it's like trying to pick the higher one to get the most points.
And I'll say some of these are very, very close.
But go Lamar.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Lamar is number 11.
Oh shit.
On the list. 20.
Right.
He said, oh shit. 24 points. You can't take this guy anywhere, man. He thought he said number 11. Oh shit.
I should have went with the other one.
Yep. So at the moment, you guys have 1, 2, 4, 6, and 11 off the board.
Go ahead and throw Hurts in there.
Ooh, we're going farther down the list here. Jalen Hurts, number 13 at 23 touchdowns. All
right. Baker
is number 7.
Nice.
With 28 going to Fancy.
Okay, so he wasn't as hype as I thought he was, but he was higher than Lamar.
Was
MVP Baker.
I'm gonna go Howell. I know interceptions probably mask it, but
yeah, that's a good pick.
Where's
Powell
he at?
had 21, number 15 on the list.
Right.
Sorry, I reversed that, but he is number 15 on the list at 21. I would have thought he would have been in the 30s as well, though, to be fair.
I thought he was, but yeah.
I'm going to go Mahomes.
Mahomes was number 8 on the list at 27. So Baker did outpassing touchdown Mahomes.
Yeah. The NFC is just better.
I was like looking up to see if anyone had anything to say, but we're all NFC fans. So like, no, you're like NFC better. I was like facts, and I like looked up like, and I was like, oh shit. Like,
thoughts.
Let's try Josh Allen.
Number 5.
Okay,
20.
That was my next one.
All right, so in the top 10, we have 3, 9, and 10 left. Just so you guys know. So you guys still are missing number 3.
Number 3. Stafford.
Stafford is not.
Oh, he didn't fucking play hardly.
That's Stafford is 12 at 24. Still not a bad pick. That's a kind of a value pick, kind of that middle of the class. Like, give me some points.
How many? 24, you said?
24.
Okay. Oh.
And if it's cool with you guys, when we get to 16, which will be half, we'll do a quick little intermission and count out points. That way it's less points to count at the end.
Okay.
Good thinking.
Figure it's kind of a smoother way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I think 2 of these names are a lot higher than people think.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You guys know the names. I know the names.
Yeah. I'm trying to strategic. Right. So I know you already kind of said it. So I'll knock out either number 9 or number 10 and go with Russ.
Yep. Russell Wilson was number 9.
Okay.
So he made it in the top 10 there at 26. So I must have been right on that. 26 like 9 or 26-10. So 26 points to Matt there.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy was number 3. Fancy got top.
I got all 3.
You got top 3. 31 is what Purdy had there. So I mean, who would have thought at the beginning of the season that Dak Prescott would have been number 1, Jordan Love would have been number 2, and Purdy would have been number 3.
And we just look at just where they were drafted and everything else.
And Jared Goff 4.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, good for him. I always thought Goff was solid.
Who am I not thinking of right now? Can I get a list of what teams we're missing up the top?
Just name the team. Like, that'd be so easy.
Yeah, imagine. This one's probably going to...
Guys, there's some big names.
I've got one.
Yeah, towards the end, it'll probably trickle down, and it'll probably be like, no type of thing. But right now, there are some still big names out there.
Yeah.
So I just wanted like a visual of the team so I can like knock them out right now. Let's see.
I don't want to throw the teams up because then it's easier to remember the names. That's why I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. That's why this is it's a little more challenging.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
How about Geno?
Geno Smith is number 18 on the list at 20.
Okay. See, that's not far off.
He did miss a few games, and then sat behind Drew Lock a couple games.
Yep.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is top 10, number 10 at 25.
That's the one I was like, Beasley don't think I'm gonna pick this because I fucking hate that bitch.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly the one. All right, Matt, one more pick for you, and then we'll do a quick little intermission.
CJ
Stroud is number 14 on the list. 23 points. So you guys got the top 15 all knocked out. So out of 16 picks, this is kind of impressive. Out of 16 picks, you guys knocked off the top 15.
It's pretty good.
I mean, that's That's pretty
All right,
solid.
so let's get a point.
Get a tally. You guys both count it up, and then give me your numbers, and hopefully they'll match, and we don't have to figure it out. Great work on that though. That Fancy should be in the lead just because.
Yeah, he knocked out those top 3.
I'm showing 227
for you.
Yeah.
Okay, what about for Matt?
Okay.
Sorry, we don't have a cool ESPN tracker going live for us here. Everyone listening.
201 for Matt.
Okay.
I got
if
201.
you got 201 for yourself as well.
Yep.
And what about? Did you track Fancies too?
I did write him down. Let me add those up real quick.
Just to like double check.
Sounds like he's right then. If he.
Yeah. You guys are listening though. Yeah, go ahead, Fancy. If you guys are listening though, and you guys aren't subbed, please make sure you guys are subbed. We do a podcast every single week. We post multiple times, so please make sure you guys are following our TikTok as well, our Instagram, our Twitter. We're a little bit less active on, but we'll probably try to keep up some of the March Madness brackets, kind of our updates on our Instagram story. So make sure you guys click down in the description. We'll have our socials linked up. You got Fancies?
Yeah, I got him at 227. Is that what he had?
That's what he had too. So good. I was hoping. I was fingers crossed. There's not like a no. I have 190 for him. Like I was like, oh boy, play it back. All right. So hey, you're still in a good spot because
it's him getting those top 3.
Fancy's name knowledge though is going to go downhill from here. So there's going to be some names where he's not going to get.
Yeah.
He's going to fail, and then you're going to be able to pick back up.
True.
So Fancy. He had the same exact numbers as you, so correct on passing math class, guys. 227 Fancy, 201 Matt. Still 16 names on the board. Lots of big names, and then a couple names that you guys are going to have to know kind of who came in as backups and who, you know what I mean? Trickle down to the wire there. But Fancy, it is you on the clock, sir.
All right. On the clock.
What was that?
What?
Grab.
Let's see here. Sorry. Excuse me. Let me go with T-Law, Trevor Lawrence.
T-Law is number 16 at 21. So that is the highest number you could have gotten off the rip there.
All right.
So as of right now, it basically just goes down. You guys have 16, 18 knocked off, so it's 17 and below.
Bengals quarterback that came in. The Brown, is it Brownell? Brown.
I went skiing.
Brown ski. What I did earlier in the bathroom.
You're close.
Brown Hill? What are you saying?
Brownell.
I guess you could go that way. That makes sense of why you went there.
Brown Bunny Slopes?
Yep, exactly. That's exactly his last name. Browning. I'll give it to you.
Browning. Thank you.
Browning. Jake Browning at 25.
Oh, not as far up as I thought. Okay.
With 12.
I thought he was
skiing as Browning, and then he said Brown Ski, and you say Brown Hill. Goodness gracious.
What did you say
in the podcast? We're looking for 2 on this podcast. If you guys are listening, you guys want to be a part of a podcast, you guys let me know.
How many points was that?
12.
Oh God.
Yeah, not
gonna get
where you wanted it.
It's gonna get down to the thin of it here. That's what I'm saying. These last couple of points are gonna matter because if you keep failing and someone else
Herbert
10, 12. What's that?
Herbert
is number 17 at 20.
All right. We just got 19 to 32 minus 25.
What did he just say? 19 to 32 minus 25.
I was like, that's what we got left is 19 to 32, but 25's taken.
Oh, okay. I was like, goodness gracious, you just you're right.
I don't.
I was like, it made sense now that I know what he's talking about. But at first, I was like, I don't know what he just said.
I'm just looking at my notes here. I got all my notes here. Keep the score.
Where's Ritter at?
Ritter's 27 at 12.
Jesus.
You're still knocking down some of the few that I don't think Fancy's going to have in the tank. I don't know.
I guess, but
There's still some big names out there, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Kirk
You're telling
Cousins.
me?
Like Kirk Cousins, 9th. Fancy's just going down the list. 19
can I see that-
for Cousins
can I
at
see that piece of-
18 points.
Can I see that piece of paper again?
Yeah, you can. You sure can.
It's gonna have some girl's phone number on it too, like Jim.
It's just a drawing of fucking titties. Fucking big old veiny slong.
That was 18 for Cousins, though. By the way,
18. Got it.
number 19 on the list, 18 touchdowns.
All right, we're down to the last 10.
Into the thick of it.
It's my favorite.
How about Gardner Minshew?
22.
Ooh, okay.
15 touchdowns.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go with someone else. That's probably gonna be a shocker. Maybe the oldest one on the list. Flacco.
Flacco was on the list at 24
with
13 touchdowns, which is impressive in like 5 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought maybe he'd inch his way up there a little higher. Considering he was falling asleep on the bench.
Yeah.
Like dozing off like
him. Yeah.
Just that casual dad resting his eyes shit.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not even tired.
Yeah, I'm just resting my eyes.
Keep it down.
Focus over here.
The cup slowly falling but never spilling. Just relaxed. Just never beer can if it was my dad.
How about there's no shots. Either name I throw out there. How about Pickett?
We have our first no.
Okay.
Ooh. Wait. Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is number 20, the highest on the list left. 16.
I was like, wait a minute. I just like looked through. I was like, we didn't say him yet. We talked about him all fucking
this whole time. 16.
How many? Okay.
So it's 21 is still there, 23, 26, and then below 28.
Yeah, 28-32 is gonna be a fucking grind.
Yeah, it is. You guys will get it. It'll just be like failing and then like okay, like just shipping away because it's still like names you guys know. Like it's still bigger names.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no way I can win at this point. Just
yeah, there is. You got to realize if Fancy keeps like if Fancy can't get him and he fails and you keep getting like 15, 14, 13, 12, it's gonna all add up. Like
yeah, I mean, there's only a fucking 26-point gap.
Yeah.
So at the halftime, that was not bad.
How about Mitch?
Mitch
Trubisky.
Nope. Not on the list.
I don't think he played enough.
You'd be surprised.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray is on the list at number 30.
Ooh.
10 points for Fancy.
Okay.
What about
give me the 21 spot? Come on.
I thought higher than that. Okay.
who am I missing then?
Well, it's not Brownhill.
It's Brownski.
Did Burrow play enough?
Is that your guess?
Yeah, sure.
21 Burrow.
Nice.
At 15. People forget he played a good part of the season. They got hurt.
That's what
I couldn't remember how much he played.
Browning, I was like, I mean, yeah, he's on the list, but like, I figured he'd go after Burrow.
Insulting.
And then you like didn't know it. I'm just like, you guessing this backup? What about the guy that played?
Because honestly, there's so many injuries that happen. Like it's hard to remember
when did
part
it
of the
happen?
season.
Yeah. But in my head, I was like, when you heard the number 12, I was like, the Bengals had more than 12 passing touchdowns last season. Like,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
I'm just trying to figure out which Jones did better.
Oh,
Now what? It's so hard.
That's bad.
Yeah, I'm like fuck.
Yeah, when you figure that out, you let me know.
I'm gonna say who had the better record. I don't think it matters. I'm gonna say Mac.
Mac Jones 29.
Oh, he did better than Kyler Murray.
Well, they were tied. I think it was 10 again. So it must have just been like a passing yard or games played.
Oh wait, I didn't.
What's that?
Yeah, I wrote down. 15 was Joe Burrow.
Yep, 15 was Joe Burrow.
Okay, I did write down for Matt. All right.
So right now we have 23, 26, 28, 31, and 32 left.
Who played quarterback for Vegas? Was it O'Connell more? I'm going to say O'Connell. Was it him?
O'Connell at 26, 12
Ooh.
points for Matt.
You're just saying that because St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, right.
How many points?
12.
12.
All right, boys. 4 on the board.
4 on the board.
Can Matt make the comeback?
Mathematically, I don't know, but I can try.
Fucking Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson is not
on the list.
The list. There you go, Matt. Falls into your favor.
My first swing and a miss.
Is there any chance? I'm throwing a Hail Mary out there. I can picture him running in a couple. That's the problem. Dobbs
is the highest one left on the list at 23. He had 13 touchdowns.
Nice.
All right. I knew he played pretty well.
I was hoping one of you guys were going to get that because I think he was. In my head, that was higher up than what I thought because he ran in like
spaced
4
on
touchdowns.
him so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally spaced on him.
So 3 left: 28, 31, and 32.
Fuck. Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones is not on the list. Matt, come on, Matt. He did it to you last time. Lock it in.
It might be a little too late.
2. Okay, I'll give you both hints. Out of the last 3, 2 of these last 3 were on the pictures that you guys saw AFC and NFC.
So, is there any way Bryce Young actually threw a couple touchdowns?
Bryce Young is the highest guy left on this list at 28. He threw 11 touchdowns. Now we're 31 and 32 for the last 2 picks. Very fitting.
Jesus Christ.
These guys are tied, by the way.
Okay, then Anthony Richardson.
Nope.
Okay, well, he was on there. All right. Missed that one again.
Bagent?
Nope. Good guess. That was like digging deep. That was the Bears backup.
That was the Bear. He did well for.
He got in a lot of rushing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Jimmy G play enough?
Jimmy G did not play enough.
Okay.
Holy crap! 3 strikes for Fancy. Come on, Matt.
That's 4 in a row.
Oh, I can. What's his? Are you gonna give it to me if I can tell you the team?
Oh, I mean, there's no way he's on there. If those guys,
I can't think of I can't think of homie's name. No, that can't be right either, though.
So there's 2 players left.
The dude that stepped in for the Vikings, other than Dobbs. He had 5 of them. He had the eyebrow. The dude with the eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
Except for Dobbs.
No, he had angry eyebrows. That's actually true. I feel like it started with an M.
You're not talking about Jalen Hall, and you're probably talking about Nick Mullins.
Yes, Mullins. I think that's what I'm talking about.
Mullins is your guess?
Yes.
He's not on the list. That's the only reason I helped you out there. I was like, if you're going
okay, good.
So out of the last two, one of these guys was on the pictures that we showed.
Okay, Levis
Is number 32 at 8. So number 31 is left. He was not on the pictures.
Okay.
Should we do some suspense here? Should we do the math and matter if this math like counts for Matt? Like,
yeah, let's add it up. See if you can take the win right quick.
Yeah, let's
sure.
Let's add it up.
All right, I'm add it up. I'm at mine.
Dude, I told you guys are going to do good in this game. Like, this is like a fun little. Fancy knocking off the top 3 was like.
Yeah.
And I knew I think we discussed it. I know you guys are doing math, but we discussed it a couple of times, I think, in the past of just like who the leaders were. And I was wondering if you guys kind of remembered.
Ooh, it does not matter.
What do you got?
Are you beating me by more than 10?
Yeah.
What is it?
343 to 291.
3 what?
343 to 291.
Oh,
is that what anybody else got?
Oh, I don't know. I only got. So what do you think I have?
291.
291.
Oh, I'm missing somebody then.
You got 12, 12, 15, 15, 12, 13, 11. On top of your 201.
All right. Yeah, you did this completely different than I did it. So I have them like written out. So.
Oh, I wrote it down just
as it went.
Straight down.
That's how Fancy's mind works.
Yeah.
All right. So
to me, I had 201 and then I have 77 right now.
Yeah, so he gave you more points, and
so
I guess you add up Fancies and make sure.
Oh wait. Good. Did I? No, I said Dobbs, right?
Yeah, you already said Dobbs.
No, I know. I didn't have him circle as mine, so that's 13 more.
Yeah. Oh God, no wonder.
So that's 80, 90. So that's 291.
Yeah, that's what he had.
Yep.
So what do you have for Fancy? Just to double check on that. Yeah, you guys went early on Jackson and Hurts, and I was like, oh man, like those are. Like there was still so much. That was like the 5th and 6th pick, and I was like, dude, like there was still like Allen and Tua and Mahomes and.
Oh yeah, he got me for sure.
Okay, well, Matt,
I got him as 116. So I think, does that sound right, Fancy?
Yeah, that math adds up. 116 on top of 227 is 343.
Yep. Okay.
So Matt, you have number 31 just for a little pride.
Is it a backup?
It's a backup.
I won't
Gabagool. Gabagool. Yeah, that's what I was gonna guess. Gabagool.
Oh fuck yeah!
Who is his name?
I don't fucking know.
Fancy?
I don't fucking know either.
You don't know?
I don't know. I know
Danny fucking DeVito.
Yeah, that's
DeVito.
right.
They didn't even have this. They didn't have his photo on like the Gamecast to show when he came in. It just said player.
DeVito.
It just said player.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so he is tied at 31 and 32 with Will Levis. Okay. So there's your top 32 passing touchdowns on the year.
Wow.
I figured quarterback is probably the only position that you guys might be. I might be able to do receivers with you guys though. I might be able to. I had to like look through it, and I might. There's probably some big names on.
I'm good at wide receiver 1 and like maybe a quarter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Wide receiver
2.
1 is probably going to be the leaders for all of it, like rather than like maybe like a Puka, like which is easy. Like,
yeah, maybe. I'm just saying it's like
I'll look through it. Like these though, I look through them like these. Like the fact that it took that long though for Fields when we just talked about Fields, and then like, it took that long for Burrow, and I'm like, guys, Burrow like still is alive. Like
I felt like he didn't play much, and I couldn't remember when he went out.
Yeah.
But him and T-Law both.
Fancy is now 2-1 on the games, and I think Matt that puts you at 0-3. That puts you at 0-3, and me at 2-0. But he's 2-0 against you, Matt. So you guys got like a rivalry going. You guys need to.
Well,
all of a sudden, I'm just gonna like pull out like name the punter of every team, and Matt's just gonna fucking rifle them all off. And Fancy's gonna be standing there. Like that's what I go. Me and Matt were on the phone earlier. He goes, do I get a hint on what the game is? Like what it's about? I go, what it's about? He goes, yeah. I go, football. And then you could just hear him go. And I go, all I can tell you is freshen up on punters.
I had all my stats ready and everything. But...
Yeah. No, so that was fun. So hopefully you guys had fun doing it. But we have one more segment. Matt's got some trivia for us. So we'll go over there and check out Matt's trivia.
Welcome to trivia time. Caught you drinking a little muscle milk or something, or what you got there?
Little Fairlife.
So you guys actually kind of talked about it a little bit. I'm glad you only hinted at it. You didn't actually say any stats. So going back to March Madness, just try to find one of the stats that's kind of an obscure stat out there. So out of the last 26 years, how many times has all 4 number 2 seeds made it out of the first round?
Oh,
so I know you guys were kind of mentioned those.
Yeah, it's an unlucky number.
You talked about that number 2 spot.
I don't even.
So you just got to throw a number out there, digit? 0 to 26.
Is it double digit?
You'll find out.
It's double digit. I helped you out, Mr. Brownsky and Brownhill.
I don't think it is double digit.
I don't think it is either.
26 times. I would say it's probably more than 5, but less than 10. Like a 8, 7, somewhere in there.
All right, 7.5 out of Fancy.
I'll go 4.
Ooh.
You changed it from 6 to 4. I like it. 2 times.
No, I was gonna pick 2. I was gonna say fuck it, it's 2 just because it's number 2 seeds and number 2. And I was like, I was literally gonna go 2. I swear on my life. Like that's literally. And Fancy goes, it's got to be between 5 and 10. I was just like, you might be right. Like no, dude, I was literally gonna pick 2.
So who was it? Or when was it? I mean,
so
when was the last time that happened?
Just twice in the last 26 years. I don't have the individual years picked out, but
damn, dude,
so that's just how infrequent. Like
wasn't
you're saying,
close last week on something too. Yeah, the trade things, the number. I think I was 1 off.
Yeah,
son of a bitch.
You were spot on the number of quarterbacks, though, right? A couple weeks ago,
32 of them. Oh.
No.
Oh yeah, the starter. Oh yeah, how many people started a game? Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I thought this. This just shows you the rankings don't really matter right now. For March Madness. So yeah, but it's that unlucky number 2 spot is the unlucky spot.
Yeah, so it's definitely a spot.
That's fucking really unlucky.
Which is like Iowa State, Illinois. Gosh, I don't even know the other ones, but I know those two. Those 2 have been like the controversial, like, could they get eliminated first?
Yep. And then we got Arizona,
Tennessee.
And then we got Arizona, Marquette.
Yeah, my dumbass took Tennessee going to the Final Four.
Yep. Nice.
I got to make it out of the first round, but I don't got to make it further.
Yeah. So that's my fun stat of the day as we go into March Madness. This week.
So I mean, obviously, feel free to. Let us know down in the comments who you guys have winning March Madness. We're gonna keep up with it and just kind of like maybe just do some quick updates on who's in the lead at the point of the moment or how many teams they have left and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, feel free to show us your brackets. Message us on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. We'd love to see what you guys got cooking up. We hope you guys enjoyed this fun little episode filled with some games and trivia and everything else. We're getting closer and closer to the NFL draft, which will be a lot of fun. Getting closer and closer to the NFL season. With that being said, that is all that I have for you guys. Fancy and Matt, you guys have anything else?
That sums it up for me.
Yeah.
Just congrats again, Fancy, for whooping my ass.
Let's go.
Fancy did like when I started labeling the guys, I'm like, man, once we get to this bottom half of like Dobbs, Browning, O'Connell, Ritter, Young, like I was like, Fancy's gonna be chalked. Like once it comes down to names,
I should have
because the running back one he was chalked on, right? So I was like, there's no way he gets.
So the difference, the strategy there was I should have saved those.
You went for the deep cuts like early.
I should have.
You grabbed Howell, which was the lowest at the time. You grabbed Geno, which was the lowest at the time. Like you grabbed a lot of and then you grabbed Browning, who was 25. Like you went like real low on some, like pretty early. But I mean, hey, he got to a hot start when you get basically 99 points.
Yeah, he got the top three just locked in there.
I mean, that's a lot of points. But I figured that was like a fun little thing because it's a different point system rather than just like if you get one right, you basically get a point type of deal. So he kind of keeps the game on a different thing.
It definitely gives you a comeback opportunity.
Right. Because I figured when you walked away, I told Matt, I could do Matt. There's 16 names on this, and I don't know if Fancy knows like 8 of them. Like so those little points on like 16, 15, 12, 13, they add up over time, you know?
Yeah, they do.
I should have rethought strategy, and I could have.
So next week, Matt will have a week to cool off another loss, and then Fancy will try to take me out, and give me my first loss. So make sure you guys tune into that. Please make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, drop a like, and we'll catch you next time. Later, guys.
See you.